Hey YouTube, MrRampro here, and if you've seen a couple of my videos, my other videos, you know that I like to mod the things that I've got and just update them, make them more comfortable, I guess, more practical for me, the user, and just, I guess, better in general. So that's the whole purpose of modding things, hacking things, you know, doing what we do. And everybody does it, and I like to do it to, I guess, my EDC tools and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and start. This is a Leatherman Wave. Got it a couple of weeks ago. Done about 6 or 7 mods to it, and I want to show you guys what we got. So we'll go ahead and get started so we can keep within our time constraints. Now, first of all, we do have a lanyard. We all know what lanyards do. Keep us from dropping things if we're working on, let's say, aircraft or the top of a building, in a chimney, you know, wherever anybody works. You drop it. Nope, you still got it. You got the lanyard around your wrist. You're good to go. So that's what this lanyard's for. I do work on aircraft. Don't want to drop it, damage an aircraft. So that's what this is in fact for. Just a piece of 550 cord, not hollowed out to maintain strength. Just got a regular knot in it and melted down. And what's great about it, it was quick, easy, and I can cut it off if I don't want it. So that's pretty cool. I can add another piece if I want to later on. Now down here we've got an S-hook. I saw this mod done on Instructables.com. Decided to do the same thing. I picked up a pack of S-hooks for about $2 at Walmart. Bent down the small end, you can see how it comes, around the provided lanyard hole on your Leatherman behind the saw bit. If you look at your index that comes with your Leatherman, you'll see it. I think it's like 17 or 19 on the labeling index for the Leatherman Wave. So you'll see it as far as like whatever the tools are, and you just put this on your pocket. It keeps it nice and streamlined on the side of your pants instead of falling down. And if this is your thigh, imagine, you know, your Leatherman will sit like this, and that's the bad thing about carrying full-size multi-tools. Well, this helps out. It does help out a lot. And just try it. I mean, if you like the idea, you could try it, and it's pretty cool. I would recommend using the longer S-hooks here that just give a little bit deeper ride in your pocket, make it a little bit more comfortable to carry. But this has helped out for me, and I don't always use my belt pouch for the Leatherman. I do at work, but outside of work I usually do not. So this makes it a little bit easier for me to carry. I leave this outside. I tied the lanyard using the same hole as the S-hook. It just makes for pulling out of the Leatherman out of your pocket a little bit easier, deploying the tool a lot easier. We're going to go ahead and go to the next mod, moving right along. The next mod here is jimping or little finger notches on the deployment part of the blade, your little thumb hole that you use to deploy the blade with. Well, I've added notches to that to provide better purchase, I guess, better just contact with the tool itself, and for deployment. So that's pretty cool. They've helped out. They were really quick with the Dremel tool, and made it a little bit more aggressive, made it for your finger, you know, just better purchase, I guess, just like I just said, and just better for deployment speed, time, accuracy, all that kind of nonsense. The next one, because I don't want to be stuck on time, I'm speeding up. If you guys want to see this stuff in slow-mo, let me know. I'll make it a couple of separate videos, but I'm going to try to hurry through a lot of this kind of stuff. And I apologize if I'm stumbling on my words. I've been sick for a couple of days now, and I was doing this stuff this week and got kind of bored. Wanted to go ahead and make the video. Didn't want to wait, have no patience, so wanted to go ahead and post it. Here we go. I added a notch to my dedicated flat tip screwdriver in my Leatherman, just to aid in a prying tool. So if I've got a nail or something like that and I'm prying, this will allow me to get on either side underneath the head and maybe keep me from slipping off the nail or something like that if I'm trying to pry with it. I did see a guy on Instructables.com that had used his and made an electrician's punch down tool for termination and with connectors and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Thought that was a pretty good idea on his part, and I kind of took the same thing. I didn't do exactly how he did it. If you see his video or clips, you'll know what I'm talking about. But he ground his down to make it a little sharper. I left mine thick just to maintain the integrity of the tool itself and give me more leverage, a stronger tool for prying, because that's exactly what this is used for my multi-tool. I'm going to go ahead and put this back up. And next we're going to go to a fun little mod that we did for camping. It's kind of silly, maybe not practical, but cool nonetheless, I guess. You can prove to everybody that you are in fact a dork, so this is pretty neat. you got a silverware attachment for your bit holder, so that's pretty cool. We've done a spoon and done a fork, grinded them down on a grinder, on the bench grinder, and I added a little bit of duct tape, keep the tension tight inside of the tool. They ride, and now you can eat your cereal at the dinner table and have your wife, not be happy with you. So that'll be pretty cool. And she really will not be happy with you if you use silverware that you weren't supposed to use. So we'll keep this little secret and move right along. Did add duct tape, like I said, make it a little tighter in here. And that's pretty much it. Pretty neat. I don't know. Just something to have, I guess. This next one, you'll notice that I do have a hole in my Leatherman Wave, whereas yours will not, unless you've done this before. I have a regular jigsaw blade. You can buy in a 2-pack, a couple of dollars, and you just line up your jigsaw blade with here. You add the hole, and now you have the ability to use like a light, heavy, or medium saw blade. I have a medium metal saw blade here. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, it comes with a metal saw. Well, you're right. It does come with a metal saw. It's also a non-aggressive metal saw that doesn't do anything to my finger. So, I'm not saying, obviously we put it on metal, it's going to do a little bit, but I'd rather have the option for a more aggressive metal saw if I need it. Practical? No. An option? Yes. So I could throw up my camping backpack or something like that if I need to cut through a little piece of metal. Well, I've got the option. Yeah, it would take me 6 hours to do it on a regular day. I wouldn't really use this as an option. I'm going to use the right tool for the job, but a Leatherman is a big old pile of non-right tools for the right job. So here's another non-right tool for the right job. Anyways, just used half of a pop rivet, like a Cherry Max rivet, to lock it in place. Use my finger to hold it a little sturdier, so we don't have to worry about jiggling as much and stuff like that. Get down. No, I didn't make my silverware using this saw, but it's there. Like I said, an option. Good to go. And so far, all of our tools have been things that go into our bit driver, so our bit holder. Well, this one's no exception. This is the end of a sealant tube that I've placed over a handmade scribe. Sorry I get too close. I keep thinking that the detail will show up, but in fact it does not really show up too well, I don't think. I ground down a regular bit holder, just like this one. And yes, this is something we'll get to in a second. Made a scribe with it. Now I can pick paint out of screw holes when replacing antennas. I can use it to, dig, punch, do all the things that you can use an awl or anything for. Now, no, I don't have a sewing needle hole, but I've never used it, so I don't care. This does stay locked in pretty good. You do have to grind it down, make sure that you maintain the right size for your bit holder itself. It's in there pretty good. It does have a little bit of wobble, but I'm pushing down on this tool. I'm not really pulling out or anything with it, so it's just a spike, so there's no real friction for anything pulling back out anyways. This will allow me to dig out sealant and stuff like that, and to maintain my thigh or my back if this is in my pocket, whatever. Put this little sealant tip over it and keeps it from, poking me. So that's pretty cool. Pretty sharp, pretty aggressive little tool, but useful nonetheless. So, and like we say, I guess in Nut and Fancy Land, gives us options, whatever. Here we go, an Apex driver, regular bit holder, round down to fit the same exact thing. So pretty cool. Now you can use your extra bits that you have in your toolbox in your Leatherman. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, these tools are exactly the same as the ones that would come with the Leatherman itself, but now I don't have to buy their little bits, and I can use a lot of different things. I can use the torque bits, the security torque bits, all the little bits that I already have, instead of having to buy their Leatherman kit for 20 bucks and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, for everyday use and practical carry, their kit would be better, but this is just for, I don't know, shits and grins, so that's cool. You can add your bits to it. Now, carrying all this kind of thing, like I said, is going to kind of be an option anyways, or it's going to be kind of a difficult option to tackle anyways. So, I don't know, get a fanny pack or something and throw your crap in it. Get a Ziploc bag, you can throw this in your camping set or whatever. Now you've got a couple of different things to do as far as a couple of different options to have as far as all your stuff goes. But that's really pretty much it. I appreciate your time. I didn't mean to offend anybody or make fun of anybody else's ideas while doing this, and some of these ideas are not mine, so credit should be given to a couple of guys on Instructables, and that's pretty much it. You guys have a good time, and mod what you got. This is MrRampro. Have a good one.